Okay, we're aboard Shutter Speed. It's Monday the 28th? Anyway, Monday, the day after Easter. And what I'm showing you is the high tide. And you see the X, that's where high tide, it's not quite high tide yet. High tide is at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And what I'm going to show you is how shallow they've dredged this channel. All right, you're going to see in a moment. You're going to see in a moment where they started dredging. Or digging, I should say. Dredging isn't really the proper word. All right, you see it? There it comes up on the sonar. You can see the drop off. You're going to see how jagged it is. That's what you get when you use a bucket to do dredging. You're going to see a lot of inconsistencies. Look at that. Now that's ridiculous. The city's paying good money, and the county, to have this done. And the contractor, with the method they're using, in my humble opinion, is not doing the right job. You can see how inconsistent it is. Now all those peaks and valleys, they're going to accumulate more sediment, and it's just going to fill back in after all the money that's been spent. And if you notice the depth, that's under my keel, and I draw 5'11". So right now it's 10 foot. Now it's supposed to be 10 foot at mean low water, and it's not even high tide yet. So you tell me if it's dug deep enough. Now it's 10 feet now, but it's almost high tide. Or it's not even high tide. We're still about 3 hours away from high tide. So they're telling me that these guys are finished? There is no way Voorhees is finished with this job. See how inconsistent it is? Look how jagged it is. Now right now, it's a little over 10 feet total depth. But again, it's 3 hours away from high tide. Now we're passing the boat launch. Again, it's 10 feet here, a little over 10 feet, but it's not even high tide. And the money, the contract is for 10 foot mean low. Look how shallow it is. It's less than 10 feet, and it's not even high tide. See how jagged and inconsistent it is? That's sad. That is so sad. Look at the peaks and the valleys. This guy in this powerboat needs to move out of my way. Look how shallow it's getting. It's less than 10 feet in a lot of places, and it's 3 hours away from high tide. Now it's getting deep. The part I'm really concerned with is coming up at the mouth, which we're getting close. Just to give you an idea. It's plenty deep right here, but again, it's supposed to be 10 foot mean low water, and we're 3 hours away from high tide. I don't know whose gauge they're going by, but these guys are wrong. Now the mouth is the most serious part. It's where the sand builds up from the river and the ship channel. In my way, just letting you know, you're in my way. Now again, it's 10 feet here. And I hate to keep harping on it, but it should be deeper here now because we're 3 hours away from high tide. Now here's where it gets hairy. It won't be bad today because of where we are on the tide. Look how shallow it's getting. This is where they're not finished. This is where they haven't done their job. It's 7 feet here, 7.5 feet, less than 7 feet. Or, yeah. Now look at the ridge. You see the ridge they've left? That needs to go. That needs to go. And it's about 20 feet or so long. That's what they haven't finished. That's what needs to be done. Now I'm going to show you. Watch when we get into the ship channel. You see what they've done wrong? Now look at it drop. Because we're in the ship channel now. They need to take out all of this and they need to taper it down. And that's what I've been complaining about right there. That and they're not finished. Now you can see it drop. Isn't that amazing? Look what they've missed. All right, I'll sign it off now.